Welcome back to Dynamon. Chilhuahua, Beelzebold and Everfore are some of the absolute rarest yokai in Yokai Watch 2, being exclusive drops at the Oni Crank-A-Kai. But in this video I will show you some strategies on how to obtain more Oni Orbs in 2's Terror Time, which increases the chances of getting good rewards such as these Yokai's fusion items more easily. I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe for more Yokai Watch videos and tell me if you have already got some of these yokai. With this strategy I already managed to befriend Beelzebold as well as 5 of the Infinite Tunnel yokai while I'm still hunting for the rest. At first I want to show you how to set up Terror Time correctly. As you may know, it cannot occur in Harrisville, San Fantastico, Mount Wildwood, Yokai World, Gara Resort, Excellent Tower or Sawayama Castle, which interrupt a secret terror timer. This one basically counts down until the next terror time can occur and lasts between 5 minutes to 2 hours, although its duration is completely random. It only counts down in certain main areas, but not every area is ideal for playing terror time. Shoppers Row and Blossom Heights are generally very inconvenient since it's easy to get cornered because they don't have enough wide streets. Old Springdale is better, yet not perfect, since there are a lot of small alleys which can get you cornered, but also many items spawning due to its size. Breezy Hills and downtown Springdale are generally fine, but their Beelzebold locations are not very convenient and less exist than in uptown Springdale, which is the location you should choose. It has wide streets and 3 Beelzebolds in total, which have a permanent stun effect before being triggered, which makes them very important. Another essential function is the weather app. The wiki mentions it showing an advisory if less than 6 minutes are left and a warning when terror time occurs within the next 3 minutes. I recommend you to save as soon as you get a warning, which makes soft resetting way easier in case you got a bad run. Now it's time to continue with items, being the most important tool for defeating Oni. There are a total of 5 items that can spawn, but you should be looking for 3 items in particular. The least valuable item in my opinion is the Signable Trap, which has a 7-second stun duration after waiting 3 seconds to activate it. There are already better and permanent ones at the buffer boards. Stamina is also only really helpful when being chased by the Oni and gives you 30 seconds of infinite stamina, but doesn't help you to defeat Oni. 3 items which are actually useful are Dimmy Field, Rocket Punch and Place Bomb. Dimmy Fields make you invisible for 10 seconds, which can stop Oni from chasing you and have a second use I'll explain later. Rocket Punches deal 700 damage to entities, which means that you can take down Patroleyes but not Oni. But the most valuable item are Place Bombs, which deal 1500 damage, which means you should really look out for them but expect them to be quite rare. But why is it even useful to defeat the Oni? It's because regular Oni Orbs will not get you far, which means the only way to get a high amount of Oni Orbs are the massive orbs dropped by the Oni. Gargaros drops 50 orbs, Orcanos drops 100 orbs, and Orcanos drops 200 orbs, and the more you collect, the higher your chances of getting a good reward will be. Keep in mind that Gargaros has a very high chance of appearing in case you are inexperienced, but the more you defeat him, the higher the chances of Orcanos spawning become. He can already spawn after defeating Gargaros once, but if you're still not getting him, the best way of killing Gargaros is by activating a trap at the buffer board and then lure Gargaros into the trap which stuns him. Then you should place a place bomb and better not have a skill issue. Terror time lasts about 9 minutes in total, and every third of the timer a new Oni will spawn, who will be either the same or stronger as the previous Oni. There will also be new Patroleyes spawning every minute who will alert the Oni when detecting you. Fortunately, you will start memorizing their movement patterns the more you play, since they always take the same route and have a side that covers a lot of width. You can also not be seen by Patroleyes when walking at walls, which I recommend you to do. If you defeated an Oni but got caught by a Patroleye just before a new Oni is about to spawn, immediately search for a useful item or exit, since it might ruin your run otherwise. Now it's time to show strategies on how to kill the Oni. First of all, I recommend to avoid Orcanos completely. One place bomb doesn't defeat him, he jumps very frequently and is insanely fast, so going after him is a huge risk. You should only take if you are a very skilled player and a useful item such as Place Bomb or Rocket Punch is in reach. Most of the time, Gargaros is the first Oni spawning, and finding a Place Bomb early on sounds tempting, but I wouldn't say it's the right approach. My main strat of defeating Gargaros consists of one Rocket Fist, running to a demi-field to get invisible, and then using another Rocket Punch to finish him off, since Rocket Punches appear way more frequently than Place Bombs. In case you don't find a demi-field, you can also use one trap if another Rocket Punch is very near it. But in this case, always trigger the Erimar trap first, since the Oni might trigger it on accident if your path leads to the community center first when choosing the wrong direction. Sometimes you will not find any of these directly, but keep looking for other items and don't throw your run away when not finding good items early on. If you already get Orcanos spawning as the second Oni frequently, you should save up place bombs for him instead of using them immediately at the start, since Orcanos can also be defeated by a single place bomb by having 1500 HP, which secures you more Oni orbs in total. Unlike Gargaros though, you cannot defeat him by using 2 rocket punches, which makes it more risky if you want to defeat Orcanos by rocket punches, since it requires 3. Keep in mind you will get unlucky runs with bad items sometimes, but I would never reset after at least one Orcanos spawned, since there's always the possibility of place bombs spawning lately. If you get lucky and already find multiple place bombs early on, it's fine to use them on impact, since it offers you a lot more time to collect regular Oni orbs. The same goes for the rare cases of Orcanos appearing first. If this happens to you and you find a place bomb, use it. If an Oni is jumping to your location, it's also possible to use a place bomb on him, but this is quite risky and should only be your main strat if all buffle boards have already been used. Next I will cover an equally important feature, being the Oni Crank-A-Kai, after leaving Terror Time. For each occasion of Terror Time, the price of every capsule collar will always be the same, which means that its price pool is predetermined every time. This also counts for the amount of Oni orbs you collect, which will have the same capsule collar and reward for this occasion of Terror Time. I recommend trying it until you get either a golden or a black capsule, which are the only ones that contain rare stuff. To give you an approximate measurement, you will still get red capsules a lot when only defeating one Gargaros for 50 orb runs, which is why it's useful to also collect smaller Oni orbs by looking for good items. Golden capsules appear frequently if you collect more than 50 Oni orbs too, while over 200 orb runs often result in a black capsule. Keep in mind you can always get a good reward at low amounts and a crap reward at high amounts as well, although being unlikely. For instance, I got my Shard of Evil from a black capsule at only 64 orbs, which was my worst run of that day considering I had multiple 200 plus Oni orb runs. Some rewards you can get from golden and black capsules include demon equipments, which seem frequent, as well as Static King, Swelteria, Honor Plenty, and diffusion items we are hoping for, being Snowstorm Cloak for Chilhuahua, Shard of Evil for Beelzebold, and Aegis Powder for Everfore, as well as some crap. But don't expect one of these fusion items from your first try. Since the odds of getting something useful are ridiculously low, it requires many days or even weeks of grinding Terror Time to get what you want. Like I got 2 Honor Plenties, 2 Swelterias and 1 Static King before my first fusion item. These also appear more frequently in black capsules, being a 4% chance for each fusion item, which also includes the Sublime Whetstone for Clean. From golden capsules, the rare fusion items are already a lot more difficult to get. Another useful tip I exploit is sleeping one night after each Terror Time, as well as waiting in front of the Erimar in Uptown Springdale as my spawn point. I really hope these strategies help you to befriend the Terror Time yokai more quickly, but still expect a lot of grinding. Like and subscribe for more Yokai Watch content, and if you want to know more about Terror Time in each Yokai Watch game in general, check out my first, more informative video on Terror Time.